darkness because I forgot to set my stuff up. I was like, yeah, I got time. And then all of a sudden it was time to do stuff. Whoops. It's fine. I'm good, thank you very much. Oh, I'm still flipped. Flipped Elder is real and can hurt you. There we go. And I'm back to normal. Just gotta get down. Anyway. Gonna go there. And I've got to find Is it not this one? Oh no, it is that one. I do have it up. I just need to change it to that one. I'm not sure if this will be the last part. Ooh. Why is it not showing? Oh, because I still have my switch up. There we go. I just need to resize it a little bit. Because we have got a little bit more to go. But how much more do I need to resize it by? Yeah, a fair bit. So yeah, we will see. We will see. It might be this could be the last stream, or we might do a few more. Just gonna make myself a little bit opaque. I keep saying opaque, transparent. And I might color match a little bit. Desaturate myself a little bit. A little less bright. Ooh, no, there we go. This will make sense when we get into the game. Or actually no, because sometimes it depends if it's at night time. If it's normal, we might be alright. I'll just be a bit more transparent. There we go. Cool. So, anyway, hello. I'm Aelder, and today we're going to be playing some more Paranormasight. Messing with my mic, making sure that it's picking up. So let's get back into it. I vaguely remember where we left off. I remember that the next thing was fancy sushi. Yeah, so we finished Life Can Be Tough, and then it gave us these two options again. So let's go in with fancy sushi. I feel like I'm a little bit... Hang on, sorry. The filters. I feel like I'm not as loud as I'd like to be. Hang on, I'll mute my microphone as well and mess with the one that's actually on the mic. There we go, is that better? La 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 la. La 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 la. And then I might hide myself down here. Oh no, because the text goes in the middle. Okay, I'll come on this side. I'll shrink myself down a little bit more. Oh, you little elder. There we go. So, fancy sushi, Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Summary of previous events. With dusk fast approaching, they have no time to waste. With that in mind, Tsutsumi and Ario direct their investigation toward Komagata High School and the Shiraishi residence. I don't think I want to restart. I'll resume, and then if there's nothing else we can do, we'll restart. Start from the beginning, start from 9 AM at the Shiraishi household, or start from 9 AM at Komagata High. Let's start at no, at the household, because then we could always go to the school afterwards. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, 9 AM. Near the Shiraishi household. It seems like Michio's house is at the end of this road. We don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go alone. Think.
So, the Shiraishi household. There's a chance that Michio didn't actually kill herself. It might be for the best that we didn't find her parents. The houses are really crammed together in these narrow alleyways. Strangers like us walking through definitely stand out. It really feels like old Tokyo.
I'm kind of struggling to do his old man voice today. I wonder why. Think. Shiraishi household, there's a chance, blah 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 blah. Alright, I'll go check the house. Sorry, I was drinking something. Aria's off checking the Shiraishi household.
I'll just wait till he gets back.
Ooh. He's back.
Oh, you're back.
No luck, boss.
No one home?
Doesn't look like it. I knocked for a while, but nobody came to the door. I glanced in the windows, but there was no sign of activity inside either. And I saw about 3 newspapers stuffed into their mailbox.
It's quiet. This place is normally pretty lively, full of people coming and going. But it seems like everyone's decided to stay inside because of the recent incidents.
Okay, we'll move then. We'll go to Komagata High. Komagata High School. And yeah, there's loads of people around. Here we are, Komagata High. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. Yep, the news of the dead teacher has also attracted a fair share of rubberneckers. The atmosphere is kind of tense with this many cops around. School gates. The school gate will stay locked while forensics inspects the scene of the incident. Looks like they're still busy. Let's talk to the person in charge later. Let's talk to the 2 female students.
Huh? That's...
Boss? What is it? You want to talk to those girls?
I do. Yeah, I do. This is divine intervention. We were brought here for a reason. Come on, Ario.
Huh? What? Hang on, I'm just gonna drink some water. Hey, aren't you... You must be that high schooler skirting the child labor laws who I heard so much about.
Say that again?
I'm sorry about that. He's with me.
Mr. Satsumi, if that's how you feel, maybe you should look into improving my working conditions. I prefer not to work for free, to be honest.
Don't you worry about that. If you help us out, you can have whatever you want. Boss's treat.
Wait.
Really? Thank you so much. I've always wanted to go to a fancy sushi place.
And that's why there's fancy sushi.
Oh yeah, like one of those places in Ginza? I've never been. Let's go.
We got ourselves a deal, right, boss? The girls are at our service.
Hold on now. What just happened? I never said I'd...
Looking forward to it, boss.
Wait, since when were you included?
You guys are funny. You should do stand-up.
So, how much have you been able to figure out?
Well, I know what happened around midnight last night. Someone invoked the Feast of Shadows, which boosts the power of curses, then brought forth the 7 mysteries of Honjo. That allows even those who do not have the power to cast curses to gather soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. At least, that's my hypothesis.
Sounds about right so far. As I'm sure you know, there are actually 9 mysteries, not 7. When the Feast of Shadows was cast, the cursed stones appeared before those who wanted the rite at the locales of the 7 mysteries. We've managed to gather 3 curse stones so far, including the one I got first, the Evergreen Breach.
You got 3 already? Wow. We have the curse stone of the Fool's Procession. Well, Yakko, the girl standing behind me, does. That's me, Yakko, the girl standing behind Mio.
She does? Is she alright? We can take it off your hands.
Well, the Feast of Shadows has no effect during the day, and there's still something I want to find out.
Poker face. Alright, I'll leave the Fool's Procession with you two then.
Talk to Yakko. Huh? You wanna talk to me? You'd probably be better off asking Mio. Yakko Sakazaki.
So this is Yakko Sakazaki. She was with Mio. Could she be a friend? Did Mio finally make a friend? If she did, it would do this old man's heart good. But I better not say that out loud. Don't want to make her look bad.
Oh, he's got a heart of gold. That's sweet. He's like, oh, she finally made a friend. Good. She's been so lonely.
Mio Kurasuzu. She's like a disciple of the Paranormal Affairs Chief. I've heard she helps out with investigations, free of charge under the guise of training. Although she's my old boss's protege, she helped me plenty when I was in Paranormal Affairs. She may look meek, but she's got a strong spirit. She's got a strong spirit sense, sharp instincts, and courage. Plus, quite the brain to back it all up. That said, I can't help but think that there's some kind of darkness following her around.
This is one hell of a coincidence, huh? That this random girl you know is already involved with the case? Think.
Sushi, huh? Well, if that'll help solve the case, it's a small price to pay. I'll just expense it to the Paranormal Affairs later.
Can we look around more? Ooh, what's that?
Forensics is still investigating the area. I didn't really want to bring these kids to a place like this, but there are too many onlookers outside for us to speak comfortably. Besides, it would be good to have Mio look around the scene too.
Okay, sorry, I need to cough and drink more water. I'm struggling to do his voice today. I feel like my throat's a little bit tight. We'll see how we go. I might just need to loosen up. Alright, we'll see. La 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 la.
I think I need to speak more like this. Get more groucho with my voice.
Ooh, is that anything? Oh no. Scene of crime. Oh, what's that rope all about? It indicates where the Jonoichi's body was found. They've moved his body, but this way we still have an idea of how it was found. Yikes! That's a little gross. You can even see how his arms and legs are all... Ugh.
Cool it, Aereo. You're scaring her. This kind of stuff is a little too much for a kid.
Hey, I'm pretty sure she only asked because you were staring at it so intently. Nothing else. Still investigating the area, yeah. Talk again? This is one hell of a coincidence, huh? That this random girl you know is already blah 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 blah. Talk to Mio again?
Thank you. Please keep collecting the other curse stones. I'll be looking for a way to stop the Feast of Shadows.
Okay, got it. That should make things go more smoothly. What about the other curse bearers? Have you run into any of them?
Well, last night at the school. You were here last night?
Yes. You see...
Huh? You two were using a spirit board? That's so cool!
So that's when you ran into the Curse Echo. I'm glad you survived the encounter.
We somehow, we managed to get away without accidentally setting it off. The Curse Echo we saw took the shape of a woman, missing an arm and a leg.
What? A woman missing an arm and a leg? That's...
The one-sided reed, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I even need to look. I remember that one.
the one-sided reed. This is bad.
Huh? What's so bad about that one?
You idiot! Think! The curse bearer of the one-sided reed is...
Ooh... Fumichika Najima, I think? Do you guys remember? I'm pretty sure it was Fumichika Najima, because he's the killer, wasn't he? Because Shogo Okie was the original dude when we started playing. Jonoichi is the college student, maybe? Araishi is the guy writing the book, I think. I'm pretty sure. We'll go with it. It might be wrong. We could always restart.
Fumichika Najima. He admitted it himself. That's his curse. Oh, that's right. Wait, but if that's the case, Najima might have been here last night. What? I mean, it's possible he was lying to us, but... What? Nani?
Who's Najima? No clue.
About the mastermind behind the Feast of Shadows, she'll know that one more.
To put a stop to the Feast of Shadows. It would help if I knew more about how the curses of these 7 mysteries first came about.
In that case, you're probably best off talking to that crappy researcher guy.
You mean Mr. Araishi?
Yeah, it was right. He was the one writing the book about it.
I would very much like to talk to him.
Ah, right. He's a teacher here too, isn't he? You would know him already. He might be more inclined to talk if it's one of his students doing the asking.
Do you know where he is?
I do. We tried to talk to him, but he refused to cooperate. But you two should give it a try. He's at his usual cafe working on his papers.
The cafe? Oh.
Kurokikyo Cafe in Kamizawa.
Thanks. We'll head over there now.
School rules say we're not allowed to go to cafes, though.
Don't worry about it. I'll allow it.
Thank you.
That's all it takes. Yeah, just being like, yep, it's fine. Thumbs up, you're good to go. Go to that cafe, kid. Hang on, I'm just gonna have another drink.
I feel like I need to speak like this more. Just open up, like the back of my throat is getting a bit.
Getting a bit. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm speaking more from my actual vocal cords rather than my false cords. I don't want to make her look bad. Talk. Huh? You want to talk to me? You're probably better off asking me. Okay, so we'll talk to her. Oh, more about the mastermind behind the Feast of Shadows.
There must be a mastermind behind everything. Someone who orchestrated all this for a reason. I want to find out why.
About Fumichika Najima.
So, Najima is trying to take advantage of the Feast of Shadows.
Now I'm just going more
into this kind of voice. So, Najima... No, now I'm just going into this more. No, I've lost the voice. Najima is
I'm going more Cookie Monster. That's why I don't like it.
So Najima is trying to take advantage of the Feast of Shadows for his own nefarious purposes.
Huh? He said he's going to massacre the city at sundown today.
And he's trying to get your daughter too.
That's why we've been trying to find him, but to no avail. Honestly, this information has been the most useful we've gotten so far. So, just to be sure, could you tell me who else was at the school last night?
Well, as far as we know, There was us, Mr. Jonoichi, and one of our classmates, Hitomi.
Don't forget old man Ashimiya.
Wait, Hitomi?
Oh, wait, no. Wait, Hitomi? You mean Hitomi Okuda? Second-year student?
Well, yes. Why?
Boss! So she was here last night.
I saw Hitomi earlier, though, and she didn't seem like a curse bearer to me.
You did? Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Would you mind if we asked you a few questions about that?
Hitomi said she didn't want to talk to the police because she was afraid she'd become a suspect. So I can't tell you anything unless you swear you won't drag her into this.
Ah, I see. Don't worry. This is about a different matter.
A different matter? You mean about that police officer, Mr. Yoshimi? You know about that? Did Hitomi say something about him?
Yes, she did, actually.
About Hitomi Okuda. Hitomi did say that Mr. Yoshimi entrusted her with something.
He did? What was it?
Yoshimi gave her a talisman?
Yes. Apparently he also asked her to look for another one just like it. One that Michio had.
What kind of talismans could they be, boss?
Doesn't ring a bell. But if Yoshimi was talking about them with his dying breath, they must have been pretty important.
Did they find a talisman on Michio where her body was found?
I'll check, but if they did, Yoshimi would have had plenty of time to retrieve it before he died.
Right.
Would you consider giving us Hitomi's contact information? I'd like to talk to her about this talisman.
I'm not sure. She never opened up to anyone except Mr. Yoshimi.
I'm no good, huh? I was friends with Yoshimi, though. You don't seem like too bad of a guy. Not all that scary for a cop. But I doubt that'll be enough for her. She really doesn't want to end up becoming a suspect.
To be honest, she was even a bit wary of us.
Well, alright then. Do you think she'll talk to Yoshimi's fiancé? Haven't they met before?
Oh, they have. She told us about that. Yes, she might be willing to talk to her.
Alright, then we better find her fast.
You haven't been able to reach her. That's a little worrying.
Talk more. More about Hitomi.
Maya Chozawa. We'll let you know as soon as we manage to contact her.
Okay, I'll be willing to give Hitomi's contact information to her. Oh, right. One more thing. Hitomi told me that Mr. Yoshimi gave her instructions in the event that something happened to him. He told her to give the talisman to Mr. Nakagoshi from the police headquarters.
What? So it was a Nakagoshi case? Why would Yoshimi tell her that?
Could you check on that?
I will, but, well, I don't know if they'll pick up when I call, because I'm just too cool.
Is he with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau?
Well, yes. Nakagoshi's the chief, but he's almost never in, so I don't really know the guy.
Poo, 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 pouty, pouty, pouty. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm sorry, that still makes me chuckle.
To be honest, I'm not even sure if he exists, or if he's just a figurehead. I've never spoken to him myself. All of Paranormal Affairs cases are referred to as Nakagoshi cases. Dun dun dun.
Jeez, what's up with that? About Hitomi again.
That amulet Hitomi was looking for may be the missing puzzle piece to this mystery.
Okay, there we go. And now more about Fukushima Najima.
If we're talking about people who were at school last night, there was one more person, though I'm not too clear on the details.
There was someone else?
Apparently, Hitomi actually saw Mr. Junoichi getting cursed and killed last night.
What? Talk about some vital information.
What she said happened was...
Michio was the one who killed Mr. Junoichi? Are you sure it really was Michio that she saw?
Well, that's what she told me. I wasn't there.
That must mean that there's another curse bearer here last night. Junoichi was killed by a curse, so someone had to have been there. Whatever it was, Michio or not. Oh, whether it was Michio or not.
Damn, boss. Do you think it could really have been Michio's ghost?
I mean, based on what we heard, she does have plenty of reasons to be vengeful. I got to speak like this because he is also pursing his lips.
Calm down.
Just because the paranormal exists doesn't mean just anything is possible. It's still possible that Najima was behind Junoichi's death.
But what about Hitomi's story?
About this janitor. Ashimiya, was it? How old is he? Do you know how long he's worked here?
Huh? Why are you so interested in him all of a sudden? I only just transferred to this school, though, so I have no idea.
He's around 50 years old. He came to our school about half a year ago. No one knows what he did before, so there are all kinds of rumors about him.
I see. Thanks. I think I'm starting to get a better picture of all of this. Listen up. It's not uncommon for former prisoners to find work under an alias after their release. The notoriety attached to their former name can get in the way of a proper rehabilitation, you see.
What are you... No way!
Ario, have the officers apprehend the janitor. He worked the night shift, so he might still be in the overnight room.
Yes, right away. Boss, bad news. Apparently the room's been empty all morning. Sounds like they've been looking to question Ashimiya too, but couldn't find him anywhere.
No.
That all but confirms it. Just one more thing to check. Are there any photos of this Ashimiya?
The old man seriously hated getting his picture taken. He'd always avoid it.
Ario, call an urgent search for Makoto Ashimiya. We can't get him
I'm struggling with speaking.
We can't let him get away.
Yes, sir. I'll contact HQ right away. Okay, I'm just going to drink some more water and... Boop. Boop, 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 boom. Okay, let's talk some more about Fumichika Nejima.
Oh my, I didn't expect this at all.
Yeah, how could that old man have been some horrible criminal mastermind? I can't believe it. And a curse bearer on top of that?
To think he was so close to us this whole time. It gives me chills.
A guy like that really shouldn't have been allowed to work at a high school.
Let's hope it isn't already too late.
Oh, I may have shown Ashimiya my curse stone last night.
What? I don't like this one bit. Najima did say he wasn't specifically targeting curse bearers, but...
I'm glad nothing happened to you.
Wait, but then... Could it have been old man Ashimiya who attacked you in the hallway? I almost told him that you were still in the building too.
What? You did?
Yikes. Good thing I didn't say anything.
You might have gotten very lucky there, kid.
Yeah, because when we told him that she was in the building is when she wound up dead. So, it's pretty much confirmed, unless it is giving us it as a red herring that it's the janitor. Because it could be that the janitor is completely innocent in all this and we're just suspecting him because that's the way the story is telling us to. But it does seem to be pointing in that direction, doesn't it?
This is too much. I hope they find him soon. Come on, long arm of the law, help us.
What was that thing you mentioned about Michio earlier? Something about a grudge? Did you know anything about her? What's your relation? I'm her friend. I was actually planning to resurrect her at first.
I see. We gained quite a lot of information from you two. It's only fair we share as well. Tell her, Ario.
Alright. Keep in mind that this is just a theory, though.
A murder theory.
Okay. After re-examining the crime scene, Yoshimi concluded that Michio's death wasn't a suicide, but a vehicular collision. Wait, what? An accident?
Being hit by a speeding truck or van would have resulted in similar injuries.
The investigation was ordered by Yoshimi, so it seems he had his doubts about it being a suicide. What? A van? Speeding? Did she hear something?
Yakko?
Yakko, what's wrong?
Are you okay?
I don't know how loud I can scream. I've got my housemate and her boyfriend here. A van? There's a young man in the driver's seat and a passenger. Yakko! Smack. Huh? Yes. Wait, was I...
Are you back now? How do you feel? You're covered in sweat.
Yeah, I'm okay. I think. Sorry, I went a little crazy there. It's no problem. As long as you're okay. That was quite the surprise, though. Was that too loud? Was that okay? How was the screaming? Like I said, it no longer cuts off because I don't have my noise suppression on, but I'm also worried that it might be too loud. I do have my limiter still on, so it shouldn't, like, fully blow out your headphones or your ears, but it does make me worried, and like I said, I've got people in the house, so I don't want to scream too loud because it's a little bit embarrassing. Nothing else about that. Talk to Ejun. And this is one hell of a coincidence, blah 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 blah.
This is too much. I hope they find him soon. Come on. Long arm of the law, help us.
Talk to Yakko more? Yoshimi talked to you about Michio, didn't he?
Well, he didn't give me any specifics, if you're wondering about that. So I don't know what was truly on Michio's mind either.
Right. Do you have any idea why Jonoichi was so scared on Michio? Well, about that.
I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but...
I see. Well, I half expected it was something like that. Thank you for telling me.
Sorry. It's hard to explain.
I wonder what he got his hands on to be able to blackmail her like that.
Michio, what happened? Can we talk to her again? Or... Scene of the crime again.
Alright, that's enough. Mio, what do you think?
I knew it the second I looked at the scene. You're right. Traces of a curse still linger here.
I figured as much.
Does that mean that Jonoichi was killed by one of the curses of the Seven Mysteries?
Yes. A strong curse like that always leaves behind a trace.
Think?
Jonoichi was almost definitely killed by a curse, but I wonder about the exact cause of death. If the curse's origin and the cause of death are connected, it could give us another lead.
Yeah, I know they're still investigating the area. There's not a delinquent bird sticker anywhere, is there? Can't click up into... I was wondering if there was like any faces in the windows, like there could be a ghost face. And if we talk to Jun again, he's just gonna say, "Ooh, what a hell of a coincidence. Yeah. Anything else in the surroundings? Forensics still investigating. Scene of the crime. Oh, okay, it was just back to the scene of the crime. Wow, Mio, you're so calm. Are you used to seeing this kind of thing?
I wouldn't say I'm used to it. It just comes with experience, I guess.
No. I've heard some stories about you. Didn't you investigate a gruesome scene where someone had been killed by a paranormal attack without even breaking a sweat?
Stop it, Mr. Satsumi. She's going to get the wrong idea.
Whoa. Oh, whoa. That's amazing. Mio, you're a professional.
You think?
Totally. You're cool even in the face of death. That's awesome.
When you put it like that, I'm not sure how awesome it is.
Hey, boss. Forensics is calling. I'll go see what they have to say.
Sure, thanks.
Boss, they found this on the ground a short distance away from the scene.
What's that? A ribbon.
Yeah, the kind you use to tie up your hair. What? I've seen that... what? I've seen that ribbon before.
You have?
Go on, then. That's the ribbon that Michio always used to wear.
What? Doesn't that mean that Michio was here? Are you sure?
Definitely. I have the same one at home. We bought them together. That has to be hers.
Then, did she come back to life somehow?
But how?
They're still investigating.
Can we talk more? Nope. Maybe talk to Yakko. If it was Michio and I came back to life, where would I go?
That's the question. She got her revenge on Junoichi, but she may have more revenge to dish out.
Is there anyone else she'd have a grudge against?
Well, what about the guy who killed her in the collision?
If she really did come back to life, then it's terribly sad that she's spending her new chance at life like this. Being obsessed with revenge is such a tragic way to live. I'm afraid that's all we can tell you.
Don't worry, you are a big help. Thank you. We should start our search for Najima Mayu Chozawa.
It might be worth it to check out Michio's house as well, just in case.
Let's use the school as our base of operations if anything happens. Go to one of the officers that hang around here.
Got it. Thank you. Good luck. We'll go talk to Mr. Araishi about a way to lift this curse.
Alright, boss. Let's get going whenever you're ready. Michio, what happened? Okay, now we can move again. And I need to drink more water. Hydration check, everybody. Ooh, it's opened up. Quite a few more. Oh, could we have only picked the one? Oh no, we can still go back to Hitomi's help. So we can still go back to both of these. Oh wait, no, we can go back to a bunch of these. That's fine. Yeah. Alright. So which one should we do next? Should we do Dead or Alive or Sayman? So that's finding out more about the girl that died and whether or not she's a vengeful ghost. And this one's about lifting the curse. So I'll do a po. What are they called? Dead or alive? Doop-a-doop. Dead or alive? Say, man. What should we do next? And while the poll's going, I'm just going to drink some more water because my poor throat is dying. I forgot I also had some grapes. Nom nom nom. Which shall it be? Which shall it be? But otherwise, yeah. How is everybody doing? How we liking the game so far? I think we may be having more than one stream. Because I think we're getting kind of to the apex of the storyline, but then it also still needs to resolve itself. So we still do have a little bit further to go. So I think, because like I said, this stream might end up being a fairly short one because my throat's a bit not 100% today. Not for any particular reason, I think it's just a bit cold outside and I haven't spoken a lot today. I was about to say talked a lot. Haven't spoken a lot today. And doing Tetsuo's voice is killing me. And like I said, or at least on Twitter I said, I'll probably be low energy. There was some sad news. One of my Oshis is graduating. So, just kind of makes you not in the mood for a lot of stuff, but I wanted to still stream. I'll leave it for... Bum bum bum. Ooh, we got a 50-50, we got a 50-50. I'll leave it for a little bit. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Just gonna type. Why does OBS keep doing this? Sometimes if I'm in OBS and I want to type in chat, it doesn't like it. It then gets me to try and log in to my YouTube again. And I'm like, excuse you. I've got it connected to my... Okay, that's fine. I'll just pop out chat. That's fine. Do. I'll leave it for one more minute. 30 seconds. What else was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna check because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I need to do some more drawing. I've got a bunch of drawing to do after stream because I need to make a thumbnail for tomorrow because we're starting that new game. I'm doing a thumbnail for, again, one of my Oshis. And then I'm still working on another fan art that I'm like, that took me a while. It's taken me, I think it's pretty much already been a month since I was going to try and submit it, and I'm like, I've done about 2 characters. I don't know why, I'm just really going slowly with that one. But it's fine, it's fine, we deal with it, we do what we do. Okay, I'm going to end the poll. Ooh, and we're still 50-50. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a curse bearer by their toe. If they squeal, let them go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, we'll do Sayman. 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 Yako Sakazaki. Summary of previous events. The rite of resurrection is the inception of this whole affair. Yako and Mio decide to confront the man responsible for spreading rumors of it in the first place, Hideki Araishi. They find him at his frequent stomping grounds, the Kikyo Cafe. We're going to a cute cafe. Yako Sakazaki. Kurokikyo Cafe. And I see a delinquent bird.
You know, normally you'd be breaking school rules just by stepping foot in a cafe. I'll be in hot water if you lied about having permission from the police, remember that.
We know, it'll be okay.
So, what do you want to ask me?
About my curse stone.
Yako, if you would.
Right, we wanted to ask you about this.
Dun dun dun. Oh my, a curse stone. An Akame mask. That must mean the Fool's Procession. You two were at the school last night? Damn, there of all places. Yako, you're one of them. You're a curse bearer?
Please calm down, Mr. Araishi. Your reaction is too intense. It's kind of scaring me.
Sorry about that. I'm afraid I got ahead of myself. What is it you wanted to know about your cursed stone?
What would be the best way to approach this? He is absolutely a narcissist. He would not be intimidated. He'll want to be flattered. It's just, a brilliant teacher like you must know an awful lot about these curse stones.
Well, it's true that I'm likely the person most well-versed in this matter.
You're the only one we can count on, Mr. Araishi. Won't you help us? Please?
Oh, am I now? Well, in that case, there's no harm hearing what you have to ask.
Thank you. Let's see. Why is everything with the Rite of Resurrection and 7 Mysteries curse stones happening now?
Oh, taken an interest now that you've received one of the curses, have you? You sound like a researcher, starting your questioning with your subject's origins.
Mr. Araishi, you're not the one who triggered the curse, are you?
No, I'm afraid I had nothing to do with that. Rather, I wasn't even attempting to do so in the first place. Completing the rite of itself has nothing to do with my research.
Then, do you know of the ancient Onmyodo ritual known as the Feast of Shadows?
What is that? Something from the occult? Miss Kurasuzu, you look like the type to be interested in those things, but it's outside my field of expertise.
In that case, why do you think the rite and curses have appeared now?
I believe this is the intentional work of someone.
Oh, I believe this is the intentional work of someone.
It's certainly not something that would happen by accident. Why is it you want to know?
Well, he may not tell us anything else if we say that we're trying to stop the curse. We need to make something up. Right.
Make something up.
Well, you see, we were just having such intellectual curiosity, and I think it could really help your research. I see. Now that you mention it,
Seems like he's reluctant to answer.
Then how about... difficult. Asking about his research, because he seems like he enjoys talking about his research. But if we act disappointed and be like, oh, maybe you didn't know as much as we thought you did, he'd be like, he seems very proud. He seems very proud of himself. So he might then be like, well, hang on a moment. I do know what I'm talking about. Let me tell you everything. You know? I'm gonna act disappointed. Oh, we figured you would know since you're so smart. How disappointing.
How dare you! You make it sound like I'm stupid. You couldn't be more wrong. Do you realize how devoted I am to this research? Allow me to elucidate you regarding the author of the Record of Fates. A special privilege, I might add, since I have yet to publish this in a paper.
Yeah, okay.
The Record of Fates was written 200 years ago in the latter half of the Edo period. It was written by a skilled but little-known onmyoji called Seiman Tsuchi Mikado. This is important stuff. If nothing else, remember this. Seiman Tsuchi Mikado. No, not Tsuchiki, it's Tsuchi Mikado. Tsuchi Mikado. I can read. Sorry, I had to adjust in my chair again.
Seiman Suchi Mikado. I've never heard of him.
I'm sure you haven't. He was born into a famed onmyoji family, but split away to practice forbidden arts in secret. He used whatever name was most convenient for the situation, so his real name barely exists in records. Also, it is written in the Record of Fates.
Huh.
As brilliant as Seiman was, he was also an eccentric.
Unless it's Seiman. Seiman? Maybe.
He delved into researching the Rite of Resurrection, a legendary forbidden ritual that had never been completed. I thought it was just going to be a legend, and I was like, I messed up. But no, I was going right. However, by involving himself with this forbidden ritual, he was expelled from his family, and eventually found himself in Honjo in Edo. The Record of Fates are the writings of Seiman recorded on their road to Edo.
I see. So he wrote how to perform the rite itself.
The Rite of Resurrection makes use of Abe no Seimei's speciality, the Taizan Fukun ritual, a means of communicating with the afterlife. It uses soul dregs to replicate the soul of the dead spirit that has been called.
Oh, wow. I never knew something like that existed.
Thus, it is thought that the only ones who can use it are those with the ability to turn human souls into soul dregs in the first place. So the Rite of Resurrection calls for that ritual to be performed in advance. Then, when the soul dregs are gathered and infused with the wish of whoever is performing the ritual, it can be completed. The contents written in the Record of Fates end there.
There's no more. What about the 7 mysteries? Or the curse stones?
There's nothing written about them in this Record of Fates. The curse stones are separate from the Rite of Resurrection. Their curse is one used to enable one who is unable. I need to remember to breathe more. Otherwise I yawn. Their curse is used to enable one who is unable to perform such rituals to be able to use the rite.
Huh. That's similar to what Mio said, actually. Ooh. Onmyoji, an officially appointed government position with the Bureau of Onmyo in medieval Japan. Onmyoji were tasked with performing divinations and rituals. They would employ the Chinese philosophies of yin and yang and wuxing, the 5 elements, to compose astronomical charts and the almanacs. High-ranking practitioners used a variety of mystical arts, including one that brought natural disasters and curses. Onmyoji were also tasked with exorcising demons through the usage of shikigami. Onmyoji thrived during the Heian period, in part due to the work of the famous Onmyoji and later founder of the Sushi Mikado clan, Abe no Seimei. However, Onmyoji began to gradually decline in number after samurai gained control of Japan. At the same time, many of their miraculous arts were lost along the development of civilization. Although the services of Onmyoji were typically reserved for the upper class. Again, I keep yawning. Reserved for the upper class, there were a number of shomonji, or hidden Onmyoji, who worked for the common folk. I also I keep tripping over my words. Clipping over my words. I did not warm up at all. The Rite of Resurrection. As indicated by its name, this manuscript holds detailed instructions on how to perform the secret art of reviving the dead. I'm still tripping over. Should we try that again? As indicated by its name, this manuscript holds detailed instructions on how to perform the secret art of reviving the dead. This forbidden ritual is said to have been devised by a once famous Onmyoji. Local researcher Hideki Araishi recently discovered the old manuscript and gave a presentation on it at an academic conference, sending ripples through the field of occult studies. According to the Record of Fates, this mysterious ritual was devised by the gifted Onmyoji, Abe no Seimei. It converts the souls of the dead bound for the underworld with soul dregs collected as sacrifices through the Taizan Fukun ritual. This secret art of converting souls to soul dregs is out of reach to all but the most skilled practitioners. And that's everything so far. We are missing some, though, aren't we? I wonder if we'll be able to get those later on, or if we've missed them completely already. Okay. How are the 7 mysteries related to the rite?
Excuse me, Mr. Araishi.
What is it, Miss Kurasuzu?
You published a theory before the incident took place. It said that the Rite of Resurrection and origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo are related somehow. What proof did you have of that?
You really know your stuff. But about that was a somewhat sensationalized piece written for occult magazines.
Oh, really? It was just nonsense then?
Not exactly. Rather, it's not a complete fabrication. There is a basis for it.
And that is?
Well, I suppose there's no harm telling a couple of students so passionate about this topic.
Thank you.
This is something I discovered from referencing numerous texts written related to the Record of Fates. It was just after Seiman arrived in Honjo. There are records of conflict over a ritual used to resurrect the dead in Honjo.
A conflict over resurrecting the dead?
I don't know the details. A man enticed the public with claims of a spell that could resurrect the dead, causing a conflict that ended tragically with 9 dead. That is the only remaining reference.
9 people fighting over a resurrection ritual.
I call this tragedy the Honjo incident, and it has long been the subject of my research. And I suspect that this Honjo incident might be the very origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo.
So, what you're saying is, the resurrection ritual at the root of the Honjo's incident is Seiman's Rite of Resurrection?
Yes, that is how the Record of Fates ties everything together. To put it in chronological order, first Seimon brought the right of resurrection to Edo. We can assume that at this point Seimon was likely using a different name. Then, in Honjo, 9 people fought to the death over this right. The Honjo incident. After that, the incident was covered up by an interested party, preventing it from being recorded in history fully. Eventually, it was passed down in incomplete pieces, becoming known as the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. That is more or less the course of events.
Open updates page. The Honjo incident. During the Edo period, a chain of events that occurred around a certain resurrection spell became the basis for the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Ooh. Sorry, I keep yawning. I keep yawning so much. It's not even that late. It's only 10 o'clock.
So that's how they're connected. Then, if I'm getting this right, the 7 mysteries are basically required to gather the soul dregs necessary for the rite. How are the 7 mysteries related to the rite?
There's more. With this most recent occurrence of the curse, I've become even more confident in my theory.
You are?
Yes. The reason for it being the resentful memories.
Sorry, I need to probably go to bed earlier today as well.
The resentful memories of the 7 mysteries etched into those who received the curse stones.
Resentful memories?
Yako, if you really are a curse bearer, then when you obtained your curse stone, you would have had a resentful memory imprinted in your mind.
Oh, I did.
Exactly. Those memories are what happened in the final moments of the 9 who died in the Honjo incident. Broadly speaking, they involved dying while bearing some kind of deep resentment. The 9 victims became the 9 curse echoes, which, over time, came to be spoken of as the 7 mysteries, thus gathering the resentful memories granted by the present curses and connecting them together. It will reveal once and for all what happened during the Honjo incident. That's why you must tell me about the resentful memory of your fool's procession, Yako.
Mio, should I?
Yeah, I think it's okay. We need all the information we can get.
Still yawning. Tell him about the resentful memory. Okay, Mr. Haraishi, I'll tell you about the memory of the Fool's Procession.
Excellent.
So, basically, it's about a woman who died falling from a Yagura tower at a festival.
Interesting. It's not that one, then.
Not that one? What do you mean?
Among the 9 victims of the Honjo incident, that is to say, the 9 curse echoes, one of them is Seimon himself, or so I suspect.
Huh? Seimon was one of the victims of the Honjo incident too? Oh, I think that was Mio. Ah well.
Meaning an Onmyoji as powerful as him also became a curse echo.
Right. It would make sense that the curse stone tied to a curse echo like that would be special.
The power of a curse stone is different based on the curse echo? Mio! Then maybe with Seimon's curse echo we could... Yes, we may be able to settle this whole situation.
Hey, what are you two whispering about?
Oh, nothing. Sorry. About the resentful memories. Mr. Araishi, how many of the resentful memories have you gathered so far?
I have learned a number of them. The Evergreen Beach, the Foot-Washing Mansion, the Ever-Burning Lantern, and now the Fool's Procession makes 4. Of those, the most important are the Foot-Washing Mansion and the Evergreen Beach.
What are they about?
First, the Foot-Washing Mansion. An Onmyoji appears distinctly in this one.
Really?
But not Seiman, I'm afraid. A female Onmyoji who sought the rite of resurrection due to her obsession with her personal appearance. Her legs, which she had always taken pride in, were stricken with corruption after she was defeated by Seiman. Her curse echo is notable for being particularly easy to fulfill the requirements necessary to use the curse. That detective did well to escape this one.
So, a female Onmyoji and rival of Seiman was involved in the Honjo incident. That certainly is interesting.
Next, the Evergreen Beach. This curse echo is from a craftsman of Netsuke carvings named Jinkichi, who was hanged for spreading baseless rumors. He apparently spoke of something that granted the ability to bring back the dead.
The rite of resurrection?
Precisely. This man Jinkichi must have been in contact with Seiman. If I could just collect all the memories, everything will be revealed, and the truth of the 7 mysteries will be mine. That is the knowledge I desire.
Meaning, you need to gather as much information as you can from the curse bearers.
Precisely. I have an agreement to exchange information with those detectives, but they might not even find the other curse bearers, so I must take measures of my own.
What's the trigger for the curse to occur? Another thing.
Yes?
You never really finished about what the trigger for all of this was.
Well, I don't know.
Really? You're not hiding something from us, are you?
It has something to do with how...
Oh, it has something to do with how you obtained the Record of Fates, right? How did you really get a hold of the Records of Fates? To tell you the truth, we're in a race against time. It could be a disaster if we don't hurry.
What are you talking about?
Someone left a warning that at sundown today they would use the curse to kill a lot of people. The one who left that message is the culprit behind the Najima murders from 20 years ago.
What? Something so terrible will happen.
I won't allow potentially hundreds of people to become victims of a curse. I'll do anything in my power to stop it. Mr. Araishi, please, tell us everything you know.
I'm sorry, but I truly don't know anything. The truth is, I was given the right of record at the Record of Fates by a woman.
A woman? Maybe the queen of the soap peoples.
Well, her voice sounded like a woman's, but I didn't actually see what she looked like. 1 month ago, while I was investigating at night, I suddenly heard a formless voice.
A woman's voice?
It said, "I entrust you with this ancient manuscript and the rite of resurrection held within its pages. Spread rumours of this ritual as far and wide as you can in the coming month." And before I knew it, an old document had fallen down at my feet.
1 month. She specified the time period.
I was told that if I did that, I could study the manuscripts as much as I pleased. I wanted so badly to verify its authenticity, I ended up accepting. I haven't heard anything from the voice since then.
It must have had you spread the rumours in order to strengthen the power of the curse. To tie together the curse and the desire to seek out the right. This makes it likely that the owner of the voice is the mastermind behind all of this.
Hence I went public with the Record of Fates. Heihaku and occult magazines immediately jumping at the news, and it was a financial boon for me.
Huh? Heihaku? As in Heihaku soaps?
Right. I mean, no. That's not important. Just some personal business. After that I waited. trying to predict what would occur in a month's time. That's when the curse began.
So technically he was one of the catalysts for the curse to actually be a thing.
Those are all the details I have.
Is there anything else you know?
Very well. I've told you this much. I may as well give you one more thing.
Thank you. What might that be?
About Sayman's record of fates. There's a sort of continuation to it. Another document called the Record of Fates Yin Scroll.
A continuation?
Actually, a section written in Sayman's own hand was appended to the manuscript, according to which, after the Honjo incident, Sayman lamented such a calamity taking place. He apparently wrote the addendum for the event that the tragedy became its own curse. It seems he had an idea that the victims of the Honjo incident would turn into curse echoes and be used to gather soul dregs. It supposedly details how to handle any trouble that occurs as a result of the rite of resurrection.
Really?
Hold on a second. Don't you find that strange? What's the matter, Miss What's the matter, Miss Sakazaki? You think my information is incorrect?
If Sayman died in the Honjo incident, then he couldn't have written the addendum.
You really don't get it, do you? Huh? Am I wrong?
Ooh.
Have you forgotten the ability Sayman possessed?
Of course not. He could use the rite of Oh. You're telling me Sayman used it on himself?
The rite of resurrection can be carried out in advance so that it activates when the soul dregs are gathered together. Then, it is not possible that Sayman himself was resurrected by the rite after it all took place. But he'd still have to collect the soul dregs needed to use the rite. Oh, I was talking as though that was all Araishi.
Then he'd still need to have collected the soul dregs that he'd need to use the rite.
Yes, and that's why they died. The 8 others besides Sayman.
What? They died in the Honjo incident for their soul dregs. That sounds like it's the same as what's happening now.
That's why I need the resentful memories to learn the truth.
I get it now.
The issue at hand is that the Yin Scroll and the Record of Fates were supposed to have been passed down as a set. When I received the Record of Fates, the Yin Scroll was gone. Only this information was left. Supposedly, Sayman's blood descendants guarded it as they passed it down across generations. It seems that over their long history, the two documents became separated, and the scroll's location lost as the family line branched.
Sayman has descendants, so there's someone out there related to him by blood, even now.
Yes. In fact, I've tried to trace the line as far as I could. He wasn't well known on Myoji to begin with, so a detailed family tree does not exist. It seems likely that the use of the manuscripts has been long forgotten, only being passed down out of tradition. And since they aren't even aware that what they have, tracking it down seems quite tricky indeed. I wish I could ask whoever that voice belonged to about the Yin Scroll.
I'm sure you do. So basically, in the Record of Fates Yin Scroll, Sayman himself wrote about ways to handle the curse and the rite, yes?
Yes, that's right. I've been searching for it all this time, but I haven't found a single lead. So if the two of you found out anything about other resentful memories or the Yin Scroll, tell me immediately. You owe me that much for telling you all this, do you not? That's the real extent of everything I know.
Ooh. Okay, there's a lot of writing, so I'm just going to drink some more water. The Record of Fates Yin Scroll. It is said that Sayman Tsuchimikado, author of the Record of Fates, wrote the the Yin Scroll because he feared that the descendants of those involved in the Honcho incident might become cursed and used in the collection of soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. The existence of the Yin Scroll was indicated in a postscript added to the Record of Fates, but its whereabouts are currently unknown. It is believed to have been inherited by a descendant of Seiman. The Record of Fates, an old manuscript from the Edo period, written by the sorcerer who was recovered in the Rite of Resurrection. It is viewed as a priceless and authentic document due to its detailed account on how to perform the ritual. Hideki Araishi claimed that he found it in the storehouse of an old private residence, but it was in fact entrusted to him by the mysterious voice. The manuscript was written by Seiman Tsuchi Mikado, Onmyoji of the Edo period. He was an extraordinarily adept practitioner, but after being banished from his family for researching forbidden arts, he changed his name and moved to Edo.
Yes, I understand. Thank you for your help.
If you bring me some useful information, I'll take it into consideration for your school grades as well.
I wanna click on the thing.
No. When was I meant to be able to click on that? Was I meant to be able to click on that? Are we going to go back to the cafe at one point?
We've learned a lot.
So, to sum it up, there was a tragic incident with people cursing each other for the rite of resurrection, in the Edo period as well. And the Record of Plates, the plates where you have all your meals served to you. And the Record of Fates, the Yin Scroll, may have info we want, since it details how to stop the rite. I think that's about it.
Right. If we could just find the Yin Scroll, we might be able to learn how to settle this situation.
But even Mr. Araishi didn't have any leads on where it is. How do we start looking for it?
Someone involved with this must have some connection to it, I think. I have a feeling the mastermind who awakened the curses is involved too.
Right. About the mastermind.
Whoever's behind the voice that gave Mr. Araishi the Record of Fates. That must be the mastermind, don't you think?
Yeah, and he said it sounded like it belonged to a woman. Whoever it is, I bet they're scary.
Huh? You don't sound like the Yakko I know. There, then let's catch him and make him spill the beans. I thought you'd say something like that.
Really? I guess I'm just not really feeling that confident right now.
I understand.
More about the mastermind.
I don't know if it's related to that woman behind the voice, but I'm also interested in the female Onmyoji who was a rival of Simon.
About the nearby area. Oh, that reminds me, Mio. You know what's nearby here, don't you?
Oh, you mean where Michio...
Yeah, where it happened. I was going there every day to leave flowers, even though they always got cleared away anyways.
I'm sure it must have been hard to be reminded of Michio's death all the time. Oh, that reminds me. Yakko?
Yeah?
When you asked me to do the spirit board 2 days ago, did you come here that day too?
Yeah, I left some flowers before going to school. Why?
Did anything seem different that day?
What's this all of a sudden? Though, now you mention it, that day, I suddenly felt lightheaded and ended up passing out for a little bit. But I came to right away and felt fine, so I didn't think anything of it.
I see. That's all I was wondering about. Thanks.
She might have gotten possessed by her friend. Maybe her friend is possessing her and that's how she's able to do all the things. So, Mio, what are we going to do next?
Good question. It may be best to give the information we just learned to the Inspector Tsutsumi. We've got a pretty big clue from hearing about the Record of Fates, the Yin Scroll. Mr. Tsutsumi might know more about it.
Should we go back to school then?
Yeah, that's our point of contact after all.
Excuse me, you girls over there. Oh, it's that dude.
Excuse me, you girls over there. Nerdy boy.
Hello.
Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but something you said caught my attention. And who might you be? I'm Yutaru Namigaki. I should probably tell you. Until yesterday, I was a curse bearer that should clear things up. A curse bearer? Oh, you don't need to be scared. I've already given up the curse stone of the foot-washing mansion. The foot-washing mansion? So you're the one Inspector Satsumi was talking about. Ah, you already know Inspector Satsumi. That makes this simple. There's nothing to worry about.
Oh, hey! You're
in the driver's seat!
Yako. Yes? Wait, what? Just now. Was I doing something?
Sorry. Mr. Namigaki. What might be the matter? Right. I actually wanted to discuss something with you two. Would you come with me if you have a little time? Discuss something? With us? You were talking about Michiyo Shiraishi, right? It's related to that. Huh? I'm sure you would learn a few things yourselves. If not now, later's fine. I'll be waiting around Ryogoku Bridge. Something rubs me the wrong way about this, but he mentioned Michiyo. What do we do?
Go to the school first.
Sorry, but there's something we've got to take care of. We'll have to pass. Is that so? Well, that's too bad. I'm in no rush, so I'll be waiting at Ryogoku Bridge if you change your minds. I think he might want to kill them and steal their curse stone, 'cause he was one of the shitty ones.
So that's opened up 2 more, so then we've got to do Dead or Alive. I might do Dead or Alive, and then I might end it there for today, because like I said, my voice is... I can hear it dying. Dead or Alive. Haruo Shigima. Summary of previous events. Haruo and Richter visit Michiyo's home, having determined her to be a key player in the unresolved kidnapping case from a year before. As the complicated story begins to unravel, they encounter 2 men. Haruo Shigima, 10 a.m. Near the Shiraishi household. Ma'am, allow me to introduce one of our country's most elite detectives. The name's Junichi Ario. I'd hardly call myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. This here is the brilliant Chief Inspector Satsumi. And yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks.
Sometimes I don't really know if you're complimenting me or putting me down.
So, you 2 are detectives?
This is my client, Miss Haruo Shigima. Her father's a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners.
A bigwig named Shigima? Boss, you know this guy?
Shit. I've heard the name, but you know I don't keep track of who's who in the upper echelons.
There's no need to worry. I'm my own person after all, and my father has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, did you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy again this time. Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. It ain't like that.
You both seem rather jovial despite being detectives. How rare. All the police officers I've met have always been so... dull.
Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round up all your criminals with a smile. That's our motto.
How lovely. Keep it up.
Just hold on a second. This is the first I'm hearing of that.
Well, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. What brings you here, Richter? You on a case?
That's right. I'm picking up the police's slack. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year? Oh, I remember now. You're that... Hang on, I'm gonna have a cough.
Okay, I'm gonna have to ease up on doing his voice because that's just causing me to cough. I'm not using the right set of vocal cords. So,
oh, I remember now. You're that Haruhi Shikima from the kidnapping case.
huh? Did I miss something?
Don't be an idiot. It was the case where Munisada Shigima's grandson was kidnapped. Munisada Shigima's grandson.
Blah, blah, blah. I can speak.
Don't be an idiot. It was the case where Munisada Shigima's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, ma'am.
Indeed. That story was suppressed by the news. In the end, it was considered a huge failure on the police department's part. Most of the investigation was conducted in secret. And, unfortunately, the department is unwilling to reopen the case. Any investigation carried out afterwards turned up nothing at all, which is why I'm now on the job. So they never caught the culprit, huh? That's rough. So your findings have brought you to this place, then?
That's right. An individual connected to the case used to live around here.
Used to?
That's right. As of last week, they're deceased. We'd hoped to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, so we figured we'd try again.
Interesting. Talk.
By the way, ma'am, this might be sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you.
And that is?
Do you happen to know anything about the 7 mysteries of Honjo?
Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly...
With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady.
If you insist.
What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything?
I think it's good if we have them all communicate with each other. I've heard of the 7 mysteries, but this talk of curses eludes me.
Is that so? Well, I'm sorry for the intrusion.
It sure doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like this. If there really was a culprit, it should be our responsibility to bring them to justice. Well, I do consider the police my people. So, you consider the blame to be shared? You've got a stern side as well, I see. Oh, we've already...
Come to think of it, I heard some things about this area last night. Something about a strange yet conspicuous man dressed in white, loitering around.
Wait a second.
I assume they were talking about you, investigator.
Well, I won't argue that I'm strange and conspicuously dressed in white. And as it turns out, I was here last night to conduct my investigation.
Did you run into anything strange or out of the ordinary?
Out of the ordinary. I guess I did observe a few suspicious characters. You were asking about curses just now. Why would a public servant be interested in the occult? Boss, Richard's a smart man. He can help us if we tell him what we know. I can't promise I'll be of any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you've got to say. Something is happening in Honjo, isn't there? It must be something big if they've got you, the head office guys, on it.
Well, I guess it's alright. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're about to say, Richter. So by using curses to commit murders, these people collect soul dregs to perform the rite of resurrection? And these curse stones are somehow connected to the 7 mysteries of Honjo.
It's a tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either. We figured the strange occurrences happening around here were recently connected to these curses. To get the situation under control, we've been searching for the curse bearers to confiscate their curse stones. Do you have any information that might help us? That's tough. I'd never expect curses and none of her mumbo-jumbo to play into this all. But if we're talking about shady characters, there was this middle-aged fellow I saw on South Warwick-Wesley Street. He had an average build. He was anxious, like he was searching for prey. Boss, what do you think? Well, considering the location, it could have been Hideki Araishi. We already got his curse stone. Impressive. You two are working quick. Did you see anything else? Not that I can remember. That's a shame. If you see any characters who look like they might be carrying a curse stone, it'd be a huge help if you let us know. Absolutely, I'll let you know if I find anything. Richter, perhaps you could lend a hand to our case too? There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happens to be your speciality, no? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my clients is what keeps me afloat. I have to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. I see. Well, can't say that's not fair. What do you need a private investigator for, anyway? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. Huh? By the way, that reminds me, Richter. Yeah? You said the person who used to live here died last week. You wouldn't be referring to Michio Shiraishi by chance? You knew? I thought so. It seems like we're here for the same reason then. Seriously? Michio was involved with curses and magic? Strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking into Yoshimi's case. Yoshimi? Alright. Hajime Yoshimi's. That's right. He died on the job. I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard. It was the most unfortunate loss. So there's a connection between Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division and Michio. Well, hold on. Let's focus on Michio for a second. You think she has something to do with the kidnapping? Talk about unforeseen developments. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in turn I want the full scoop on your findings concerning Michio. Sure. To tell you the truth... What? You believe Michio's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Jonoichi? So she wasn't just mumbling nonsense? I mean, we haven't fully confirmed anything yet, but the testimonies we've heard and the evidence we found point in that direction. Testimony? You mean from those, psychic high schoolers? Didn't they also say there was a chance Michio hadn't killed herself? Wait, if that's all true then, did you figure something out? Kankichiro Iwai. Huh? Kankichiro Iwai. He'll be the next victim. We have to open the door to the Shiraishi house. We need to look inside. Huh? Hey, what's got into you? Boss? I'm sure the landlord would give us the key if we asked. Screw that. You know how long it could take? We can ask for permission later. Richter? Hey, Richter! Calm down. We can't just... Breaking and entering in front of the police, yeah. Take that, you shitty door. That's how you do it. Wham, bam. Richter, get a hold of yourself. I see you're still the same as always. Everyone, come quick. Look at this. Dun, dun, dun. Whoa! What's up with this room? Boss, there's a dead body in here. Whoa! Could that be... Michio's dad? Nah, he's her stepdad, but at best. If that, it's got to be the body of Kankichiro Iwai. There's no doubt about it. This man's a goner. He's gotten real messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I'd say it happened last night. Ario, did you find Jonoichi's body in the same state? Now that you mention it, it looked as though Kohei Jonoichi had died from a number of heavy blows. What are you suggesting, investigator? It was Michio Shiraishi. She's alive. She used the power of the curses to get back at the men who ruined her life. That's ridiculous. You're suggesting she actually revived? It's got to be that. And if she's alive, then... Oh, damn. Oh, hello again. My apologies for interrupting. I know we've just arrived at an interesting plot point. But do you really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? Consider this. What if Michio Shiraishi never died? But seeing as you've come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? And so, I would have you answer me a question. Where in Honjo was Michio Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? Would she have been at Midoricho Park? Because 8 o'clock was when they discovered the body. But then there's also the body here at her house. Kinshibori Park. Because, yeah, that's the one where Shogo Okie died. So maybe... But then why would he have died with Michio's curse? Ooh. What do you guys think? Give me a hand. I'm not 100% sure. I think it could have been that she was at Kinshibori Park. Because that's where this all started when we started the game. So I feel like that might have been the catalyst. But she could have also been at the high school or at her house where these other two bodies were found. I don't think she would have been at... Maybe she would have been at South Warigasu Street. This is difficult, lemon difficult. Should we... What other information do we have so far? Persons of interest. Do we have anything on Michio? Yeah. Michio Shiraishi. Second year student at Komagata High School. She was found deceased 1 week ago. So she was found deceased though. Oh yeah, but then if she did get resurrected. If the resurrection thing is real. And she is pretty much like a zombie then, I guess. Or just a vengeful spirit. Because I think Yako might have actually been with her and seen who killed her, and then she's the one getting revenge. So it's not the fact that Michio's alive, it's that Yako is getting revenge for her friend that was killed, and she knew that there was loads of men in her life that were pretty much ruining her life. Honor student with a good head on her shoulders. Where in Honjo was Michio Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? Was there anything in the previous? Looks like it happened last night, so it wouldn't have happened at 8 o'clock in the morning if he was killed last night, so it wouldn't have been the one in her house. And then if we go... Oh no, we can't go much further back. This is only for this section. I was going to say, if we go back to the previous one,
So Kinshibori Park, opened in 1950, conveniently close to Kinshicho Station, and surrounded on all sides by roads. This paved park is a popular spot for people to meet or relax. Neither. Because that's where the cop that died's girlfriend was. Oh, so maybe she was there. But then why would she go after the girlfriend of the cop? Former Yasuda Gardens is where Haruo found her curse stone, and where the cop was found dead, but that was a while ago. Shigima residence is just her rich Haruo lady's residence. That's Yako's shop, yeah. Or Yako's family shop. So I don't think she would have been there. Ryogoku Bridge. That's where we saw the college student and then that other girl. Sumida River is where they, there was the whole kind of story about the dead crossing or being trapped in Honjo because of it. Michio Shiraishi at 8 o'clock this morning. Hopefully we can come back to this. Because, yeah, if I save... Yeah. I'll save there. Right, slot 4. And then I'll click this one for now. If it's wrong, we'll just go for one of them. Huh. I see, I see. So that's what you think. Let's take a moment to reconsider what you know and choose again, shall we? Oh, okay, so we can still try again anyway. Right, should we say she was at her residence then? Huh, I see, so that's what you think. Let's try again, shall we? Okay, at the school. Huh, I see, so that's what you think. Wonder what happens if I click it again. So that's what you think. Take a moment to reconsider. Okay. So then she could have been at Ryogoku Bridge? Or Sumida River. I'll say the Sumida River. I see, so that's what you think. Take a moment to reconsider and choose again. Okay, well, we'll just slowly go through all of the things. If the last... Oh, unless because I thought that it could be Yako, and I was like, oh, that couldn't possibly be the one because that's nothing connected to Michio, except from the fact that if it is Yako who's actually doing the killing, or if she's possessed somehow. Yes. Ooh, I think I might be right then. Congratulations, you are correct. You got it wrong 6 times. Well, that's a trivial matter. Not if I do this. This will revert any current story progress. It is possible to experience all the story has to offer without reloading your data. But I want to be right. I see very well. Congratulations, you are correct. As expected, you got it in one. Was he the one that started this? because it seems like he could do a lady's voice, and then he's got the long hair, and they said it was in a trench coat. So it's like if he hides his face under the hat, he could be the mastermind. As expected, you got it in one go. Well, the cause of death was such, was it not? You must have noticed some time ago. Let's get back to the story then, shall we? I've taken up enough of your time.
What? So you really think Michiru Shiraishi's alive? And just think it through, and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but do you really think that girl could have managed all of this? First of all, Ario, go report this to HQ. Understood. I'll get on it right away. I'll start investigating this place. It sure isn't lacking in stuff that needs looking at.
There's a bunch of photos of the same person pasted on the wall over there.
Huh? Whoa now. Hold on. These photos.
That's of the killer from before.
These are all of Fumichika Nejima. Gross.
Really? Come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. Oh, there's even more pasted up over here. These are all cutouts from newspapers and magazines about the Nejima murders.
I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around.
Okay, we can't scroll around more. Corpse.
There's nothing around to confirm his identity, but by the looks of him, I'd say he's Kankichiro Iwai. You've seen him before. I heard he had a criminal record, so I assumed he wouldn't have held a respectable occupation.
Is this what a curse does to a person?
Ma'am, it'd be better not to look so closely.
It's amazing.
Decorations. There's candles and stones with inscriptions placed all over. Are these tools for some ritual? Hey, don't touch anything, you hear? Ah, that's right. Considering this is a murder scene, we ought to leave everything as it is. All of this can be used as evidence. If anyone besides forensic toys with it, it will cause trouble down the road.
Old books.
There are old books scattered everywhere. I wonder if what they're about. Many of them are written in foreign language. It'll be a pain to look for all of these. Let's save them for later and continue to look around.
Floor.
It's off-putting to look at, but I can't help but wonder what in the world this is. They're using magic runes. They're used in Western black magic rituals. Most of the time they're used as imitations, though. I wouldn't get too excited about it. Oh my! Who knew the Chief Inspector was such an expert on the occult? I just chanced upon that information. That girl with the spirit sense we mentioned, she's pretty informed on the subject. Someone was attempting to perform Western black magic in this place. Pretty absurd if you ask me. Of course, the person in question was dead. Was dead serious about it all.
Ooh. Western black magic. Ooh, this is stuff I know about. Let's see how right or wrong they are. I think they'd be fairly right. They seem to have done a lot of research. Western black magic. While magic is often classed as a branch of mysticism, or many variously refer to the likes of witchcraft or astrology, here it refers specifically to Western black magic. In the Middle Ages, the line between science and magic was blurred, with the pursuit of the supernatural considered a legitimate academic discipline. Astrology was regarded akin to astronomy, while alchemy was accepted as scientific fact and would eventually evolve into what is known today as chemistry. One discipline, however, was considered wicked and shunned accordingly. Black magic, the practice of using magical knowledge to strike a bargain with demons. In contrast to the socially acceptable subject studied by the intelligentsia. Black magic was most prolific among the lower classes. It was the most common people who suffered most from the ills of the day: war, famine, and sickness, which perhaps led them to seek aid from unholy powers. As hearsay, these rituals and spells were nowhere to be found in orthodox modes of teaching, but instead were recorded in tomes of dubious credibility. I was about to say accountability. Yeah, about right. Like, a lot of it was kind of hokey, but also a lot of it, like, well, magic in general, mainly about the witchcrafty things, but it's like it used to be wise women who just knew which herbs were good and helped heal things, and then people came in, mainly men coming in, being like, oh, we know better than that, we'll tell you how to do it. And they didn't know shit. And kept on poisoning people by accident. Floor, corpse, floor, decorations done, sliding door.
This sliding door leads to the kitchen. It barely fits the frame.
Window.
With the window and storm shutter closed, no light gets in here at all. It's pitch black. The neighbors mentioned they started to keep the house shut like this not long ago.
Drawer?
And this drawer is really old. Chief Inspector, do you mind if I look inside? Huh? I mean, in normal cases, only the police would be allowed to touch things, right? Right. Aereo isn't here, so let me take a look at it. There's just clothes in here. Not much variety either. Can't say they were big spenders. Well, I was hoping to find a kind of talisman here, but I guess we're not so lucky. I see. Thank you anyway.
So Najima's pictures.
It's the same man in every picture. Is that Isekaied Najima? Wow, this is quite the spectacle. I don't think I'll ever manage to erase this from my mind.
Don't worry, Richter. You're quite the spectacle yourself.
Do you mean to compare me with the likes of a bizarre criminal? Look at these. Pictures of Isekaied Najima cut out from the newspapers and magazines. Whoever put these up was obsessed. I wonder what their intent was. You think the Shiraishis are somehow connected to the Najima case? Perhaps they did this as to not forget a grudge or something. It's crazy to think Najima might be involved in all of this too. Huh? Do you think he might have anything to do with the body here? Maybe. The man's already out on parole. He's a curse bearer with a curse stone now. He announced that from sundown today, he'll be going on a killing spree. Oh dear! There's an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's yet managed to get a hold of the bastard. So he hasn't changed his ways. That doesn't bode well. To tell you the truth, the lady here isn't completely unconnected from the Najima murders either. You don't say.
That's right. We talked about it last night. 20 years ago, I found the hand in the Sumaida River that brought the incident to light.
You don't say. You were the kid from back then? You were really brave. You did a great deed.
Were you the detective I spoke with? I had no idea.
So you two have met before. Fancy that. I've been worried that the Isekaied Najima might bear resentment towards you, ma'am. You might be right. Unfortunately, that asshole is quite the resentful type.
Oh dear.
That asshole. I wonder who put the idea into his head, and now he's got the one-sided read too. He's threatening to massacre the people of Honjo at sundown. Seriously? On top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all things, the man's gone and threatened to kill my daughter. Damn, that's quite the threat. Certainly you can't afford to stay put here. The fucker wants to get us all antsy. When I finally get to arresting him, it'll be with a cool head. Not gonna give him the pleasure, huh? Well, if Iwai and Isekaied Najima have anything to do with each other, then this room might hold a clue to Najima's location. Let's hope so.
Anything else about the sliding door? Sliding door leads to the kitchen. More old books. Be a pain to look through all of them. Think.
This place is disgusting. Did Michio Shiraishi really live here? Looks like the things spread around here have been like this for a while now.
Oh, wrong one. Looks like things on the floor have been here for a while now.
This ritual, or whatever it was, something he attempted up to recently. Plenty of the neighbors mentioned having heard strange mantra-like noises coming from here during the night. You think Iwai was the one chanting?
Hard to say. Could have been one of the Shiraishis as well. If we look through these books in the back, we might learn whatever it is they were trying to do.
What do you say, Chief?
Would you let me look through if I wore gloves?
Well, it's not like I'm any help with foreign languages. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Huh. This seems to be a book on Western black magic.
The same runes are written here alongside detailed descriptions of the procedures. I suppose you'd call these grimoires. It's all a bunch of nonsense if you ask me, though.
You think this Iwai guy was studying them? Perhaps to perform some kind of ritual?
There are a bunch of handwritten notes besides the grimoires. Whoever it was, they were serious about this. Iwai doesn't look like the type to be into this stuff, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But why would he be studying black magic? According to the materials, this here rune is for the restoration of youth. Perhaps he was trying to become young again? This over here seems to be black magic related to resurrection. Each one of these spells requires a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous. Resurrection? Like the rite? I guess. No matter what part of the world, people will turn to the occult for similar reasons. The person who put all these photos up must have been obsessed with Najima. They might have had some relation to the Najima's victims, or perhaps it was the opposite. The opposite? What if it wasn't loathing, but admiration? But then... Ooh, true. These aren't just cut from publications. They even snapped a number of shots on their own. They must have admired him. Why else would they have collected so many pictures? Whatever the case, it's certain they were obsessed. Ooh. Anything else about the window? Blah, 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 blah. Floor again. Decorations, the candles, stones with inscription placed all over these stones for some ritual. Old books again, newspaper cutouts. I don't know if there's anything else. Cruel is what it is. Think. This place is disgusting. Did Michio really live here? Anything else with the newspaper cutouts? Must have been obsessed. Sliding door. And I can't look around more. I don't think there's anything else really besides more of his picture. Cut out from publications, they must have admired him, whether they hate so many pictures, whatever the case, they're obsessed. Maybe the drawer again? It looks like there wasn't anything interesting in the drawer. In the drawer, blah blah blah. Person put all these photos up, blah blah blah. Yeah, there's not much else. Think. Decorations again? Candles and stones with inscriptions placed all over there. It's also for some kind of ritual. What am I missing? I think I've checked everything, haven't I? Have I checked everything? Do you guys know if I've missed anything? because I can sometimes be rather blind, but I feel like I've clicked everything. I've clicked the sliding door, I've clicked the newspaper cutouts, I've clicked his photo, clicked the window, clicked the drawer, clicked the floor, got the old books and these old books, got the decorations, got the corpse, and I can't move around anymore. Click these ones again. Oh, fine.
What is it?
This looks like a journal. It was probably Isekaied's.
A journal.
His writing's surprisingly thorough. It's almost as if he was writing a report for someone. Oh wow. Now this is something.
What is it? What did he write?
This is quite the find. Let me give you a summary. So, this Kankichiro Isekaied fellow, he'd been searching for a spell to restore youth for years. So he was into black magic from the start. Oh, that's Haraway. So, he was into black magic from the start? He believed if he could learn to successfully perform the spell, he could then use it to earn a fortune. To tell you the truth, it seems he was already getting funded after he acquired this grimoire.
You don't say. This is starting to sound kind of familiar.
But first, let's find out how he got his hands on this grimoire. It seems that Najima told him where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison.
What? That's nearly too much of a coincidence.
Likely not a coincidence. It seems like Isekaied took an interest in the Najima murders after it made the news. He admired him rather passionately. You might even say he worshipped the man.
Worship? Najima of all people.
This was a time when students were itching to rebel. Anyone who did something to shake the world was bound to gather admirers. Isekaied had been collecting these photos ever since that time. And since then, he just so happened to land in prison at the same time as Najima, he made sure to get in contact.
This is a lot. I mean, even having it all laid out like this. The thought of Najima being involved with these grimoires is staggering. I don't think we've ever had anything pointing to that. What's the connection?
To be honest, it's a shock to me too. For years we've been scratching our heads over the motives behind the Najima murders.
Yup, it's been a mystery to all of us from the very start. Whoa now. Wait just 1 minute. Do you think? No way. Are you saying?
And that's right. The murders might have been for a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic. The instructions were written down for a sacrificial offering match up exactly with the acts carried out by Najima.
You've gotta be kidding me. So that sadistic crap he was doing was all for black magic?
And that's what the evidence suggests. However, Najima tried to do some type of resurrection ritual, but Isekaied had different motives. Chief Inspector, you might think this is all the stuff of fantasy, but that doesn't refute that Najima and Isekaied were both acting in earnest.
This is batshit insane. You're telling me that nutjob did all of this for some hokey-pokey resurrection? Shit. Resurrection!
That means there must have been someone Najima wanted to bring back to life.
Damn. That's it. That has to be it. Fucking hell, it all makes sense now.
What? What is it?
So, about the Najima murders. There's some information that's been kept from the public.
Go on.
When we broke into his house and arrested him, we also found a baby.
A baby?
It was a girl. Looked to be about 6 months old, but she was covered in filth. She looked so weak and sickly. We called the medics right away. If we were a second later, I'm sure the girl would have died.
So was Najima the father?
He told us he'd found her under a bridge.
He found her? She was abandoned. I've heard of parents threatening to leave their child under a bridge as a threat, but to think it really happens. I suppose there are those cases with the
dead newborns found stuffed in coin lockers, so it's not without precedent. Whatever the case, we never found out the truth. But there's one rumor from back then that I could never get out of my mind. And it's starting to sound more likely now? Well, I'm sure this isn't the first time you've heard of it. Many believe Nejima's guilty of more crimes than what got him convicted. Back then, a lot of girls went missing.
Yeah, I remember all of that.
Among the high school girls that might have been murdered, or maybe I should say sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant.
Goodness. That's horrific.
He killed her and dismembered her body, and we thought maybe the baby we found is what he pulled out from inside of her. Don't misunderstand me. This is all speculation on top of more speculation here. But I, for one, never believed that man would just take in a baby found under a bridge.
I'm feeling sick.
Stay strong, ma'am. I know this is hard to hear. Like I said, don't take that to be the full truth. We were running around on speculation back then. Now that this whole resurrection magic has come into play, we should consider the possibility it was his child, and that maybe he was trying to revive whoever the mother might have been. It's just a theory, but my life would be a tad easier if it were true. That's a interesting thought. If there's anyone Nejima would want to resurrect, a deceased wife is as good a guess as any. The fact that he obtained a curse stone suggests that he has an interest in the rite of resurrection. Damn, you're right. And here I was thinking he was only after the curse's power to massacre.
Chief Inspector?
Yeah.
What happened to the child?
Without a birth registration on file, best we could do was find the girl someone suitable foster parents. It was decided to keep the circumstances secret for the sake of the child's future.
Well, I'm glad she was taken care of. That is horrific. That, if it was that he kidnapped a girl who was pregnant and then cut the baby out of her and thought, this would be a fun thing to keep for whatever reason. Nah, that's fucked up, that's messed up. Nejima's pictures, they're not just cut out from publications, he must admire them. Certain they were obsessed. Anything else with the newspaper cutouts? The person who put all these photos must have been obsessed. Old books. And don't mean to derail the conversation, but there's still more written in Iwai's journal. We know Iwai had managed to obtain the grimoire thanks to the advice he got from his idol Nejima while in prison. After conducting research and gathering more information, he determined that he had a chance to get rich quick. Right, he thought he could make some money if he could successfully use rejuvenation magic. Correct. Turns out someone gave him the idea. And get this. It was the one and only queen and chairwoman of Heihaku Soaps herself, Natsue Yamamori. Wait, the chairwoman of Heihaku Soaps? So, that's where this leads.
Here, let me read what he wrote. The Queen of Heihaku has a strange fear of growing old. Her fear of death is even worse. If she does die, she wishes to be revived, and she will spend whatever it takes to preserve her beauty. Magic, rituals, and rites, she'll use whatever means necessary. Her tenacity is unbelievable. She was apparently investing money into... I missed that. She was apparently investing money into... any research on resurrection, the restoration of youth, and the like. So she would even throw her money at the occult. The places greed will take you. Well then, that brings us to Hideki Araishi. She presumably funded his research into the rite of resurrection as well. That's what it all points towards. I wouldn't be surprised if the Witch of Heihaku pounced at the rumors of the rite of resurrection. It's starting to sound likely.
It might also be why she's spreading the rumor about having godly powers. It's a convenient cover for if she becomes young again.
Godly powers? What's that all about?
You can ignore that. Either way, I think Iwai took the payments he was getting for his research to seduce a family into taking him to keep a low profile. The Shiraishi family, Michio and her mother, Toshiko, were just as unlucky marks. And this is where you get involved. Are you feeling steady, ma'am? Huh? This has something to do with me. Are you saying that... No. No, you can't mean... You've realized then. Perhaps. Michio Shiraishi? Hang on. La la la. Save. I'll save here just in case I make the wrong choice. But it could be that Michio Shiraishi might have been the child that was adopted, or like that he'd cut out of the baby that was found with the Fumichiki Najima. So if I say Michio, living sacrifice, child, was a child. Oh, I may have chose the wrong thing. Hang on, I'm gonna get comfy in my chair. I may have messed up because, yeah, Michio Shiraishi is a child. She wouldn't have had a child. What? Ma'am, please calm down. That wasn't it. Oh? Was I mistaken? Then what did you mean? Ma'am, please calm down. Iwai moved in with the Shiraishis to practice his magic. Hang on, I want to reload. Oh, we'll see what it is. We'll see what it is. It doesn't really matter that I got it wrong. He needed a sacrifice to perform his youth restoration. Yeah, so Michio was a sacrifice. But that meant extracting the life force from someone young. So it was Iwai, this man. Iwai worshipped Najima, so he must have also despised Najima's detractors. Not to mention, he was captured and sent to jail once before. Surely he had a bone to pick with the police. So when he realized he had a chance to both avenge Najima, embarrass the police, and acquire a living sacrifice at the same time, so he kidnapped her child. Fuck! You got it! Iwai kidnapped Haruhi Shigima's son and managed to score 3 birds with 1 stone. You were telling me that the horrid man, he never had the intention of returning my child. I thought there may have been a reason why the kidnapper seemed to be mocking the police. He never wanted money. His aim was to humiliate the force. It all makes sense. He must have used Michio to lower your boy's defenses, then kidnapped him on his way back home. That man, he took Shuichi. Ma'am, please calm down. I understand, but you must remember to breathe. You don't understand. You have absolutely no idea what I'm going through. This isn't a joke. I wouldn't expect the police to understand. You'll never understand. Living sacrifices. It's a stupid idea for a stupid little man. Okay, ma'am. Let's just take a moment to breathe. Why don't we go get some fresh air? I can't believe this. This is... Chief, I think it's best we take our leave. But before we go, there's one more important piece of information noted in his journal. Oh? Iwai got in contact with Najima last year.
after Najima was released on parole. He provided him with accommodation and financial support. Is that so? He managed to find a hideout for Najima to stay in. Damn it. If anything, rather than use his money to support the Shiraishis, it seems most went to Najima instead. If Najima's lurking around anywhere at the moment, it's probably in that hideout. Did he write where it is? Unfortunately, no. Not that I can tell. But it seems Michio knew where it was. She never met Najima in person, but she was made to go in and clean up among other things. What good is that information? The girl's already dead. Wait, no. She's alive. That's right. Michio Shiraishi's alive. If you can find her and get her to talk, you can get her to spill the beans on his hideout too. Investigator, I'm asking you. I should be going. The lady is not well. Ooh, that was a heavy episode there. So now we get to learn about this fucker who was abusive to the poor girl who is potentially not actually dead, but everyone thought was dead for a while, and her mum, and was helping out a convicted killer. Kankichiro Iwai, sex, male, occupation, unemployed, Kurseko, unknown. The common-law husband of Michiru Shiraishi's mother, Toshiko Shiraishi, Kankichiro started coming and going from the Shiraishi household a little over a year ago. It seems he has served some time in prison, but the details are unknown. His deceased body was discovered at the Shiraishi home. Kankichiro once made a living by placing advertisements in magazines to sell phony magic items and good luck charms. He had a nostalgic yearning for the post-war era, when things and people were simple, and has nothing but negative things to say about the rapidly developing ostentatious world of late. Radical in his belief that it would be better to tear down society and start over again, Kankichiro was so discontent with his life spent poking around in society's cesspools to make a few coins. When the Najima murders were widely reported in the media, it had a great impact on Kankichiro, as he witnessed how a single act by a single man could cause major rift in society. Perceiving Fumichika Najima as a great hero, he began collecting every piece of information he could on the man. Kankichiro was later arrested for his illegal business practices, and a chance meeting with Fumichika during his incarceration solidified his idolization. He was captivated by Fumichika's talk of black magic, and following his release, acquired the grimoire Fumichika had hidden away. As for Toshiko Shiraishi, Kankichiro set his sights on her after encountering her at a part-time job. When he learned that the Shiraishi family was in financial trouble and could not afford to send Michio to college, he turned on the charm and took advantage of their weakness by offering them money. He revealed his true colours, however, after moving in with the family, and used violence and money to keep Toshiko and Michio under his thumb. All the while, his belief in black magic deepened, and he found a sponsor in the Heihaku Corporation. Kankichiro forced the Shiraishi family to perform various rituals, with any attempts to resist being met with merciless beatings. The mother and daughter were helpless to resist. After Heihaku offered Kankichiro great sums to intensify his work with black magic, he set his mind to sacrificing a child in order to perform a youth restoration spell. For this purpose, he chose Shuichi Shigima, the son of Haruo Shigima, against whom Fumichika held a grudge. He attempted to enlist Michio so as not to alarm the boy, and when she resisted, beat her mother 20 times. With Michio's assistance, Kankichiro kidnapped Shuichi and locked him up in the Shiraishi house, and told the young and courageous boy that he'd kill Michio if he tried to run. While his actions were motivated by personal grudge against the police, it was first and foremost an attempt to create a societal uproar and breakdown in public order. So Kankichiro painted the crime as a regular kidnapping, demanding a ransom from the family. However, because of an embargo on the press,
the kidnapping did not cause a public outcry akin to that of the Najima murders. Infuriated, Kankachiro had Toshiko perform the sacrifice ritual by threatening to kill Michio if she refused. Toshiko killed Shuichi in his sleep, but the spell failed, for which Kankachiro blamed her. Warning Michio to keep silent about the murder to avoid it incriminating her mother, Kankachiro dumped the boy's body in a nearby river. The tiny corpse was found a week later in the Sumida River, after floating through several canals in Honjo. Having drifted for days in the polluted waters, little evidence remained. Although Kankachiro performed no further sacrifices, his devotion to black magic only increased. Toshiko and Michio spent their days consumed by guilt, forced to continue serving Kankachiro until the day they died. Oh, that's so sad, and he is such a shitbag. Why idolize people? I don't get the mindset with that, because it's something that happens in real life a lot. Like, again, I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts and watch a bunch of true crime shows, and there are a bunch of people who they like fall in love with criminals, or like they idolize these criminals. It's like, why? They are despicable. What is the obsession? But I don't know, it's just not something I understand. But anyway, back to the story. Are you feeling better now that we've got some fresh air, ma'am? I'm fine. Suddenly finding out who the kidnapper was really made me lose my wits. We managed to solve the kidnapping case by pure luck here. You're right. But, Richter, I feel grateful towards Michio. Because she killed the kidnapper? There's that too. But it's for something else. If Michio is the one killing all these people, then she must have acquired quite a sizable amount by now. Soul dregs, I mean. Hey, Richter. Whether the kidnapper's dead or alive, it doesn't mean a thing. Revenge won't bring my boy back. And if Najima is planning to cause a massacre to collect soul dregs, then all the better. I won't give up on resurrection. She still wants her boy back. So, I'm counting on you. Right, well, like I said, that's where I'm going to end it for today because my voice is dying. But that was a very, very information-heavy little segment, wasn't it? Jeez. And horrific revelations found. Hang on. Let me... Just in case, have that ready. There we go. Okay, there we go. Oh, no. I want to go back to my default. There we go. But yeah, so fascinating, but also horrifying. Let's see. That should now be showing that. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, so I am still gonna carry on with the story. I think we might need, see if we're gonna take one more stream or two more streams, I think, to finish Paranormasight. I'll try and see how long the playtime is meant to be and then kind of figure out how long it might take to finish it off. Especially because I'm reading everything out, so it takes a little bit longer than if you were playing on your own. But that is fascinating as much as it is horrifying. And then I was going to say, we've only got one more game to play tomorrow, which is Minute of Island, or Minute of Islands. And like I said, I need to get on and do some drawing, but that is not far off midnight, so I might get some sleep first and rest my throat. But yes, thank you very much for coming. I hope you enjoyed, or at least are enjoying this kind of story, even though it's a bit messed up. Yeah, so thank you to any VOD watchers as well if you've got this far. Thank you, mwah, 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 mwah. And any lurkers in chat. Yeah, it was a lot of new info. So much new info, and wow. But that will be it from me today. I'm gonna go to sleep, and if you're also heading off to sleep, I hope you rest well. And if you're just starting your day, make sure that you eat something good. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye bye, Pearl. See you. And yeah, I'm gonna head off. I can't think of anything else I was going to say. Again, I'm still processing. I think that's the main thing. I'm processing what happened. Yeah. Okay. Night night. Okay. Bye 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 bye. Hang on. Let me. Bye bye. Just gonna add in. Boop. Okay. Bye 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 bye. Bye.